let's discuss about the next topic, that is cellular aging. Cellular aging. There are many different causes for the cellular aging, such as free radical injury or telomere shortening, DNA repair defect, or insulin resistance, or increase in the insulin growth factor, or the cross linking of the collagen. But remember, the most common cause for the cellular aging, that is free radical injury, or in other words we can say due to increase in the reactive oxygen species, there is cellular aging. Now let's check out what is telomerase shortening. What is telomerase shortening? So assume that this is a chromosome, and we know that the telomere is the end of the chromosome, so they are located in the tip or the terminal. Such chromosomal ends has the multiple repeats of the gene. For example, telomere has T, T, A, G, G, G gene, which has the multiple repeats in the chromosomal end. At the time of the birth, there is very much high count of the telomere. There is the very much high count of the telomere, as there is the progression by the cell division. It will lead to the telomere decrement or the shortening of the telomere, which ultimately leads to the exhaustion of the telomere. As we know that if there is the decrease in the number of the telomere, it will get exhausted in one time and it will lead to the aging. So we can see that the role of the telomere is very important in case of the cellular aging. We will think that how we can overcome from this situation. So there come the telomerase enzyme, which is also known as the immortality gene, which codes the telomerase enzyme, which prevents the telomere shortening. So mark it as an important one. Telomerase enzyme is coded by the immortality gene, which helps in the shortening which prevents telomere shortening and prevents the cellular aging. Generally, the telomerase is found high in number in the germ cell. They are high in germ cell, whereas they are low in the somatic cell. Let's check out this with a graphical representation. So this is the graph of the cell division. Here we have replication on the y-axis and time on the x-axis. Now the shortening of the telomere. So this is the germ cell. This is for the somatic cell, and the intermediate one, this is for the stem cell, and this is for the somatic cell. So this graph represents that when there is cell division, so there is the decrease in the number of the telomere, or there is the telomere shortening. So in case of the somatic cell, with increase with the time, the telomere gets decreased. In the stem cell, that is intermediate, but in case of the germ cell, it is constant. Why it is constant? Because we saw that telomerase enzyme is present high in number in the germ cell, which prevents the cellular aging. Let's check out the another graph. Same graph, but this is the somatic cell. This is the somatic cell, and sudden increment of the graph, that is due to the reactivation of the telomerase. This is in the graph of the somatic cell. Here we have replication, and here we have time. Remember guys, this situation where there is the reactivation of the immortality gene or the telomerase in case of the somatic cell with increment of the time, which is the cancerous situation. When there is the cancer, so there will be the reactivation of the immortality gene or the telomerase, which increase the age of the somatic cell, which has decreased in the normal people. So there is a limit which is known as the Hayflick limit. Hayflick limit is nothing but it is the time the cell division occur. So this limit is to count the cell division. Cell division can be counted by the Hayflick limit. On an average, there will be the 60 to 70 division. Mark it as an important one. This has been asked in the AIMS 2020 exam in the June. Hayflick limit is the times the cell division occur. On an average, there will be 60 to 70 division. So the question will be that how to prolong our lifespan, or how we can overcome from the cellular injury. So there is a way, there is a solution for that, that is by the increase in the sirtuins. Sirtuins are the type of the protein which are coded by the SIRT gene. These are histone deacetylase. Increase in the sirtuins can be by the two way. One is the good way and one is the obviously the better way. First one is by the calorie restriction, and second one by consumption of the red wine in the low dose. So this is the good way and this is the bad way. We know that we cannot restrict our calorie, because calories we can achieve by eating food which gives the energy to our body. If we will not take the calorie, it will lead to the weakness of our body. So this is the bad way of increasing the sirtuins, but the good way is the consumption of the red wine in the low dose, which increase the sirtuin, which prolongs our lifespan. Now let's check out the mechanism of the sirtuins. So mechanism of sirtuin. What sirtuin will do, it will decrease apoptosis in our body, decrease free radicals, which are the main cause of the cellular aging, increase the insulin sensitivity, or increase in the IGF signaling. There will be the decrease in the IGF signaling, or by the increasing repair in our body. The easy mnemonic for this, that is A B C D. A B C D. This is for the role of sirtuins. Sirtuins play a major role in the aging, cellular aging. B is just for the mnemonic. C in the cancer by increasing the repair, and D for the diabetes. It is diabetes mellitus by increasing the sensitivity or decreasing the insulin growth factor. Now let's understand the most important topic of the cellular aging, that is premature aging. Premature aging, which is also known as the progeria. It is due to the DNA repair defect. Remember, premature aging is also called as the progeria. This progeria ultimately leads to the three syndromes. That is, first one is the Werner syndrome, in other way adult progeria. Second, it can lead to the Coccini syndrome. Coccini syndrome. Or thirdly, it can lead to the Hutchinson-Gilford syndrome. Hutchinson-Gilford syndrome. In Werner syndrome, the main cause is the DNA helical defect. In the Coccini syndrome, the main thing, that is ERCC gene defect. Remember, ERCC gene is the excision repair gene. Excision repair gene. Most probably ERCC6 and ERCC8 gene defect leads to the Coccini syndrome, and the Hutchinson-Gilford syndrome is due to the LMNA gene defect. LMNA gene defect. Remember guys, Werner syndrome or the adult progeria or the Coccini syndrome are the inherited. This comes before birth, and the Hutchinson-Gilford syndrome, this is acquired defect. So note this point, Hutchinson-Gilford syndrome is the acquired defect, whereas Werner syndrome and the Coccini syndrome are the inherited premature aging defect. The main difference you have to remember, in case of the Werner syndrome and the Werner syndrome, many students make mistake here. Note this point. Note this point, important one. Werner syndrome is different than the Werner syndrome. Werner syndrome, as we discussed, that it is associated with the premature aging. And Werner syndrome, it is associated with the Man-1 syndrome. Easily you can remember, where there is M, it's related with the Man-1, and where there is no M, it leads to the premature aging. So this was one of the important difference to note. Werner syndrome is associated with the premature aging, whereas Werner syndrome is associated with the Man-1 syndrome. So this was all about the cellular aging. Let's check out with the small pictorial representation a quick review. So carcinogen exposure of the sporadic errors or increase in the reactive oxygen species leads to the DNA damage, which leads to the defective DNA repair, which ultimately leads to the mutation of the gene, which plays important role in the cellular aging. And second one, by the telomeres shortening or decrease in the cellular replication, which leads to cell loss, which ultimately leads to the cellular aging. And the third one, that is defective protein homeostasis, that is decrement of the normal protein and the increase in the damaged protein leads to the decreased cell function, which leads to the cellular aging. To overcome from the cellular aging, there is decrease in the insulin resistance or the decrease in the IGF signaling or decrease in the TOR, that is target of the rapamycin, which prevents the autophagy. Means if there is no autophagy, there will be the increase in the cell, which will alter the transcription, which ultimately leads to the DNA repair increment and the increase in the protein homeostasis. So there will be the normal protein increment and the decrease in the damaged protein, which will counter the aging, and we will overcome from the cellular aging. So this was the quick review about the cellular aging.